Hello, I'm Ryan Ramirez, and I just have my laptop for some notes, key points to remember the topics and prompts. So here we go. To answer the first prompt, why do I want to pursue this program? First, I would like to be in the program to better myself as an educator. As currently I have a bachelor's in philosophy and a master's in theology. So I went through the alternative program to become a history teacher and a coach. I feel by continuing my education, through an educational field, educational leadership, it will not only benefit myself, but also my students and the whole campus. For example, I have a few examples that I can think of. I have a few teachers that work with me, and they have educational leadership degrees, master degrees, and they're teachers in the classroom or they're instructional coaches, not yet in administration role. And they tell me that it's worth it. They tell me that it helped them not only as a teacher, but through many leadership techniques, developments, and also in curriculum. And I feel for me as a teacher, one of my weaknesses is building curriculums or developing curriculums. So for me, I believe that's because I went through an alternative program and didn't do a background in education. So I feel like going into this program, it helped me develop myself as a teacher, as more of a leader on campus, and also helped me be a leader in the classroom and more confidence with my peers with curriculum development, lesson planning, and even making my own curriculum. So there's a couple of key points why I want to be in this program as to be a better teacher for the students. But the second one is, of course, one day I do want to be a principal. I see that I can see in myself that I have some strengths and assets that would help me become a successful principal. And I've always had a goal to help others. Kind of an example is I'm a coach. I coach football, basketball, track, and from a coach, I want to help my students to reach their full potential. And in the future, I want to be a principal to help my students and my staff, my teachers, to become very successful and reach their full potential. That is kind of a reason why I want to become a principal. And that leads into the second prompt, which is, what do you see as roles of an educational leader? In this instance, they're being a principal. There's many roles a principal has, but the two roles I want to focus on are leaders, and another role is being a visionary of success, looking into the students and the campus success. As a principal role, as being a leader of their staff, teachers, and students, principals must lead the school towards campus's goals and to ensure that we meet the academic needs of the students as much as possible. I get the leadership role kind of from coaching, and I think it develops and even is more needed in being a principal. I have a philosophy quote that I share with my student athletes. I don't ask others to do what I wouldn't do as a leader. So as a coach, being a leader is a necessity for a successful season, for a successful program, to develop successful athletes, good character building. And I do that by not enforcing or bossing the students around. I do it by leading. They know that I am spending every time possible, not only teaching, but getting the game plan, spending hours at practice, making new drills, being at new drills, examples for them, showing my character, having good sportsmanship. And this develops into what they see and they want to copy, and to become basically a coach they want to play for, to give their 110%, which I see that translating, same goes for being a principal. To be a leader, I got to lead my staff. I got to lead my staff to helping them lead their students. If this means I need to be early, I got to be organized. Some days I'm going to have to stay late. I'm going to have to make sure I have planned good meetings, not wasting their time. I need to make sure that we have a successful routine for our campus program, for the teachers' development and for the students' development, not just in academics, but in life. in the human formation. I gotta make sure I have good character, good leadership abilities, that I'm able to ensure the trust of the teachers, that they trust me to lead them towards the goal for our campus. Another main role I would like to look at is being a visionary for success. In other words, helping students close the achievement gaps. In order to be a visionary of success, I need to help the staff. I need to collaborate with my assistant principals, with the instructional coaches, with the teachers, with the department heads, and be able to give them what they need to be successful for their students to succeed. If that means having student data for each subject to ensure that the teachers have the information of where the students are really good at, where the students are really bad at, and so we can meet it, so we can raise it, so we can help the students develop and become successful in academics. So achieving the gap of success, we gotta close that gap. And I think that is being a visionary of success, a visionary for the future. And I think that's an important role for a principal, because if a principal stays constant, time flies. Teaching gets different. Being a leader gets different. You have to adapt. Being a role of a principal, you have to be adaptable. Which leads into my last prompt. How do you view yourself as an equity-centered professional? And why is this important for the role of the educational leader? I view myself as an equity-centered professional by ultimately believing everybody has a right to be successful. Growing up, I didn't come from a lot, but I had really good teachers. I had a really good staff, or teachers. I had really good teachers and coaches that helped me and ultimately wanted me to succeed, and I did. And I want to give that back. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's timetable is different for success. Kind of going into an example of how this looks like, it would be, we need to make sure our honored pre-AP students are achieving their goals just as much as the grade levels achieving their goals, just as much as special education and ESL are achieving their goals. We need every category, in a sense, for them to achieve their goals and not leave one category out, and to ensure we're one big campus. And how does this look? It looks like making sure, first of all, that focusing on special education, we need to make sure we have the right teachers. We need to make sure we have all the resources to help these students learn. They just learn a little differently. And maybe their timetable's a little longer, but nonetheless, they have the right to learn, they have the right to be successful if we as a campus, as a principal, gives them what they need. Also, this might be one time, hopefully having good special education teachers. But secondly, I want to focus in onto the ESL students. How can we help them? This may be more on with the district, making sure as a principal that we have a good program for our ESL students to be successful, to learn English, and to also learn what they need to learn in their core subjects, to make friends, to feel wanted, to feel loved, to feel in a community, into a family. Ultimately, every child can learn. Every single person, wherever they're from, they can learn, and it's up to the principal to ensure that every student has what they need to reach their own full potential. And to end it, comes out why is this important for being a leader, a principal leader? It's important because every student deserves to be loved, to be safe, and to have the same opportunities as everybody else to be successful. Thank you.